Playing solo acoustic gigs is a lot like working in a triage unit.
What the hell are you doing?
One minute you're setting a calm, relaxed mood, finger-picking gently while a couple whispers romantically over their Chardonnay. The next, you're playing Sweet Caroline for the 10 millionth time in your career, acting the fool while the place erupts into chaos, and the bartenders and servers look at you and roll their eyes. Like a good doctor, you've got to read the symptoms of your patients and know what to do. Sometimes what's needed is softness and subtlety. Other times, it's chaos management and a little controlled nonsense. You assess the vibe and make the necessary adjustments. Now, doctors have fancy degrees, equipment, and a full staff. We've got a capo, a few chords, and questionable judgment. But hey, when the vibe flatlines, we're the ones on call. So today, I'm going to share 8 song types that can help you adjust to any situation, plus a few specific song suggestions for each one. By the way, if you like this content, please consider hitting the thumbs up and subscribing. And if you'd like to support, you could buy me a coffee, join my Patreon, and shop my Amazon affiliate links. And be sure to download my free PDF, which is a master song list of all the songs that I play at my solo acoustic gigs. And let me know down in the comments, what songs would you pick? Because I'd love to hear it. Man walks down the street, says, why am I soft in the middle now? Why am I soft in the middle now? Oh, my life is so hard. All right. The first on the list is what I call the upbeat starter. So you've walked into a room where the energy is somewhat in between just ordered their first glass of wine and wondering, why is there live music here tonight? Nobody's paying much attention yet, and that's fine. This isn't the moment for your deepest, most emotionally resonant material, or to hit them over the head with a Green Day song either. This is where I reach for something that's kind of groovy, mid-tempo, feel good, not too aggressive, but definitely not sleepy or dreary. You want to say, hey, I'm here, and this might actually be good. So the song that I love for this, as you just heard, is You Can Call Me Al by Paul Simon. There's a lot of really great things about this song. It's lighthearted, it's refreshing, not something that they hear all that often as well. I'll put a link down below where I went over this song in more detail, so you can check out that video after this. I definitely suggest adding this to your list. Just a great song to warm up a room. Nothing too crazy, we're just performing a little CPR on the vibe. You know, to get their heart rate going again. See what I did there? You know what? I think I'm going to get rid of this first. Yeah, that's probably smart. Let's say you're a few songs in and the energy's getting inconsistent. Half the room's engaged, the other half is still dissecting their group text drama, and you need something to unify the space. This is when I pull out what I call a sing-along classic, a song where by the second chorus, people are mouthing the words whether they want to or not. I was going to say Sweet Caroline here, but I didn't want to receive any death threats in the comments. So instead, Piano Man by Billy Joel. Honestly, this one is just as effective. In fact, maybe even more so, because it's not played quite as often. Something about that 6/8 feel practically forces people to just start swaying, whether they mean it or not. And that iconic harmonica line, icing on the cake. Even if you don't have the harmonica, they'll hear it in their heads anyway. And as a runner-up, Take Me Home Country Roads. That one is perfect, nostalgic, it's got that campfire vibe, and somehow it works across generations. Everyone thinks they know the lyrics, even if they really don't. Really, you can't go wrong with either. It's about as subtle as a defibrillator.
Charge, clear!
But sometimes the crowd needs a good jolt. Could I get any more corny? All right, so maybe the room has finally settled in just a bit, right? You played your sing-along song and the energy is up. You've got people's attention. Finally.
All right, you have my attention, Rose.
This is one of my favorite moments in a set. It's because it's your chance to connect. Not with volume, not with tricks, but with something honest, something raw. For me, what I like to play here is Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. It's tender, it's reflective, it seeps into the room quietly and somehow grabs hold of everyone. Honestly, this song will work during any kind of circumstances. It's so good, even if the room isn't paying attention, this will get people's attention. You'll start to notice people singing along. The guitar part is delicate, the vocal delivery, it's got to be intentional. And if you do it right, you can really get the room to feel it and settle in. This is one I've been playing for years, and every time I bring it out, I'm reminded of why it doesn't matter how big or small the crowd is, this one just connects. Now, I play it fingerstyle, but you don't have to. There's plenty of ways to approach it. It's easy enough to transpose with a capo, and you're not trying to impress anyone. The original from Fleetwood Mac would be capoed on the 3rd fret, and it's just a C major pattern moving down, right? I took my love, took it down. Interestingly, the Dixie Chicks version is actually lower. Took my love, took it down. But you can move this as far down as you want. Took my love, took it down. You want to do a strummy version? If that's where you're at, go for it. Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. It's like a little bit of localized musical anesthesia. You don't quite knock them out. You just slow their breathing down a little bit. All right, let's talk about the story song. Hopefully your sing-along has gotten everybody's attention. So why not take them on a little journey with a song that tells a story? For me, that song is Fast Car by Tracy Chapman. It's one of those timeless tracks that paints a vivid picture and pulls the audience right into the narrative. And as a bonus, Luke Combs recently covered it, giving it a fresh, modern twist that resonates with a whole new generation, so the young kids know and love this great song. It's got that iconic riff. And if you don't want to play it with the riff, capoed on the 2nd fret the way Tracy Chapman does, you could easily move the capo down. I actually play it down a half step when I play it live. And essentially, the song is just a 4 chord to a 1 chord to a 6 to a 5. That's the verse section. You got a fast car, I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we can make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Remember when we were driving in your car, speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights said out before us. Alright, arms felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. So 4, 1, 6, 5. Then the high, it's 4, 6, 5. I belong. 4, 6, 5. Be someone, be someone. Back to the riff. Few songs bridge the gap between classic storytelling and modern appeal. So when you play it, you're really connecting with everyone in the room on a really deep level. People love this song. Go out and add this to your emergency set list. All right, we're at that point in the night where the crowd has had a drink or two and they're itching to get involved. Now you could play the most beautiful fingerstyle ballad ever, but they have some pent-up energy that needs to be released. This is when I go straight for a crowd participation song, something with built-in responses. They don't need to know the words, they just need to feel like they're part of it. Now yeah, you could do Brown Eyed Girl or Sweet Caroline again, and I have many times. But honestly, I've found Ho Hey by the Lumineers is irresistible. There's something about that stompy ho, hey, that it's like catnip for humans. I don't know what it is, but the second you kick into it, the room almost turns into like a Brooklyn block party. People shouting out, "Oh, hey," like they're cousins with the guys from Goodfellas. "Oh, hey, forget about it." No, it's not that bad. But for some reason, everybody just likes to join in with this song and just do the whole "hey" routine along with you. And anything that perks people up like that is always good to have in your set. A couple things to keep in mind. The song's got kind of a weird timing, so perhaps in the future I will do a video strictly on this. So 1, 2, 3, ho. Hey. It starts kind of on the and of 3, 2, 3, ho. So the ho and the hey is on the 4 of the beat, right? You be standing next to me. 1, 2, 3, I belong with you. So the other thing to remember about the song is going into the chorus, there's one bar of 3. And then it goes into that, belong with you. You belong with me, you're my sweet, hey. 1, 3, oh. So listen along with the record. The chords are real simple. It's a C chord, A minor chord, G chord, all right? And in the bridge, it goes to the 4 chord, okay? We need it now. Okay, the purpose of this video is not to teach you these songs, otherwise the video would be an hour long, but to introduce you to these songs. So if you want a concentrated video on Ho Hey by the Lumineers, leave it down in the comments, and maybe I'll make a video for that in the future, or contact me directly and we can set up an online consult if you were compelled to learn this song and you needed to do so in person. Okay, let's keep it moving. She was just 17, you know what I mean. Where she goes, way beyond there. All right, the night is rolling now, people. People are loose and maybe even dancing a little bit. You need something with raw, joyful energy to push it forward. And what better than rock and roll?
Rock and roll! Rock and roll! Let's get it! Let's get it!
Now, you don't need arena rock. No guitar solo Olympics. I'm talking early, punchy, danceable rock and roll, rhythm and blues. Of course, there are so many, but the one song that you can't go wrong with is I Saw Her Standing There by the Beatles. When in doubt, play the Beatles. It's got that iconic count in by Paul McCartney. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's be honest, the guy says fa a little bit funny, right? I like to say 4, but you know, I'm blessed with this wonderful Queen's accent.
Our number is 555-4444. Give us a call. We'll talk. You know, no big whoop.
But this song is just great with that moving bass line, the backbeat. You know, it's just a good blues tune. Gets the adrenaline going to the heart. So much so that I think even Quentin Tarantino would approve. I've even opened sets with this. I've dropped it mid-gig when the vibe needed a jolt, and every time it just delivers. Play it straight, throw in a twist, however it works for you, it's going to work for you. Today I'm playing it in standard tuning, just so it'll sound like the record for you, but usually when I'm at a gig, I tune it down a half step because it is kind of high. She was just 17, and you know what I mean. It's high. All right, so for me, it's better if I move it down just a little bit. So feel free to do the same. But if your goal is to make the room move, this is pure rock and roll medicine. 1, 2, 3, 4. That ice cold and Michelle Pfeiffer, that white gold. All right, so we've connected, we've told the story, we've rocked out a little bit. Now it's time to hit them with some serious funk groove. And listen, this next one, wasn't exactly designed for one guy with a guitar and a questionable falsetto voice. I'm talking about Uptown Funk by Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars. I know the track's got horns, drums, synths, backup singers, pyrotechnics, and a budget. Meanwhile, I've got a loop pedal and a dream, but that's the beauty of it. The groove is so strong, so infectious. Even stripped down, it still kills it like a good shot of espresso. Here's how I do it. I use a loop pedal to build the rhythm guitar part first, and with a little funk, and then I layer in some of the iconic riffs over the top. Let me show you how I build the loop. The song is essentially just a D minor 7th chord to a G7 chord, right? So I'll start a loop down in this section of the chord. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I had that grabbed in the loop, right? I move up to a D minor 7th up here and a G7. So now I can lay in and with the stop button, this for them, for them, why go right? Them hood girls, straight masterpiece, back in. Living it up in the city, chunks on. Right? And then I can use this loop as a foundation to put those horn riffs or whatever such riffs there are. I could also solo. D, Dorian, D pentatonic, D minor pentatonic. Build D Dorian, C major. Okay? And by using the stop button, Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. Uptown Funk gonna give it to you. Don't believe me, just watch it. Do 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 do. You're really just grabbing that simple funk loop. And now you're off and running. You can do whatever you want with this really essentially simple song. When the night has come is dark. Okay, our next category up is the timeless classic. At some point in your set, it's nice to give the crowd something that feels familiar, something that's been passed down like a good family recipe. Simple, comforting, and it always hits the right way. For me, that song is Stand By Me by Benny King. It's a masterclass in understatement. That opening bass line, that gentle groove. And you don't even have to introduce it. You just start playing that riff and people automatically know, oh yeah, this one. I played this song more times than I can count at restaurants, weddings, you name it, and it always hits home. It's one of those songs that doesn't demand attention, it earns it. Now I've covered this song in other videos, so I almost didn't include it here, but honestly, that just proves the point that this song is timeless. Simple chords, it's a 1, to a 6, to a 4, to a 5. And I play with this kind of claw and slap technique. A, F sharp minor, right? You could also loop that part, which will allow you to play the solo section. So this song, once you grab that first loop with the groove, when the night is come and the land is dark, you just let it keep going. You could play the solo. You could maybe do some altered chord voicings over the top. Another thing to consider is it's a little bit high to sing in the key of A. You might want to tune the guitar down a half step, which I normally do for gigs. This guitar is tuned to standard, or you can transpose it into any key because it's just a 1, a 6, a 4, and a 5. Okay? Very, very simple to transpose. This song, it's chicken soup, not for the soul, but for the set list. So there you have it, my fellow troubadours. 8 song types that you could put in your solo acoustic emergency kit to get you through any gig. As always, I'm Frank Persico. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.